we're still upset or still would like to be playing, especially tonight when we're going to see them jump on the ice. It's going to be a little hard for us, but it's part of the game. It takes a winner, it takes a loser, and they played better than us in Game 7. They won.
We had lots of talks throughout the course of the last few months with questions about during that trade deadline. You were obviously upset, and you probably had a right to be given the stuff innuendo talk that was out there. What's your feeling about this organization now as you go away for the summer? You have another year under contract, we know, but how are you settling in with where you stand with this team?
Well, I'm sure they're going to have to make some decisions over the course of the summertime. My name was speculated a lot over the course of the wintertime, and rightfully so, I think, with, now with the new economics of the NHL, when you're given a big contract, you're expecting big things, and when, as a player, when you're given that kind of money, you expect certain ice time and certain. So it's, we'll see what comes out and what's, we're gonna have some talks here, but as of right now, we're still worrying about what happened a couple days ago as opposed to what's gonna happen the next few weeks.
Still to that end, with what was going on with this team, with the coach, in terms of your utilizing, how you were utilized, with the skills that you've had and proven over the last decade in this league, if the situation stays status quo, does Alex Tanguay want to remain a player?
We'll see about that. It's obviously there's a time in your career when you have to look for yourself, and I worked my hardest. I just throughout the last month of this season, and I haven't worked that hard in a long time, and it seemed like nothing wanted to come back my way. And now I've got a lot of time to think about what happened and to oversee, the possibilities for next year's and stuff like that. And, I wouldn't see why I wouldn't like to be a Flame. This is a good team. This is a great organization. Obviously, I want to play. I want to play more. And we'll see what happens.
Where will you spend the bulk of your summer?
Babysitting, I think. No, my wife is due any moment now, so we'll I'll rest and I'll try to get ready physically for next year, and mentally I'll try to get away from the game as much as possible, and just refocus. This has been certainly one of the hardest years I've ever had to go through, and certainly I gotta find a way to get my game back in order, get the playing, and get the timing back, get my confidence back. So the best thing for me to do that will be to rest, work hard as I possibly can, and get ready for next year.
And as you say, you talk about getting back to your best. Part of that, obviously, half of that comes with your, focus and your commitment and your working. But the other half of it comes in opportunity. If you don't get the opportunity, it doesn't matter how hard you work.
As a player, you don't want to blame anybody else for what's happening to us. And I feel like if maybe at time I wasn't, as focused as I should have been, focusing on the right things. I wasn't maybe working as hard because I let other things affected me. And that's my own fault. I got nobody else to blame for that. But as I said, I want to play more. The more you play, the better you play. That's you look at everybody around the league. The more they play, the more confidence you build, the better you play. That's a given for anybody. So I'm just gonna, focus on the things that right now I'm focusing on what I did and what I didn't do, and same thing for the team. I'm looking at the team and I'm trying to think how we can get better and how we can. So it's an evaluation process, and I will find ways to get myself better. That's for sure. I'm not an old guy yet. I'm 28 years old, so I got a long ways to go, and I gotta put this year behind me. Take the bad that came with it, and just make sure that it doesn't happen again.